All right, so I'm here with Andrea. Andrea, how are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
Good. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you from originally?
I'm from Pittsburgh, North Side,
Born and raised.
born and raised.
What was life like coming up for you? Both
Pretty
parents?
rough. It was rough.
Can you elaborate a little? Or
My dad was alcoholic. My mother she liked to gamble. My dad was abusive to my mother, physically. He was physically abusive to us and sexually to me. So that made it a little hard for me growing up.
yeah, no, for sure.
Um, or we never had nothing because it was, what they always did.
Are they still around?
My mother is, my dad is not.
What's your relationship with her like?
It's so. I
Yeah.
I don't I try to keep my distance just because.
How long you been out on the street for?
Uh, you mean just doing drugs period or like in general?
Just in general.
Couple years doing drugs. I'm not really on the street, but
Yeah. How long you been addicted to drugs for?
figures. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to think since I was like 22, 23.
Yeah.
So like 13 years, 14 years.
What's your drug of choice?
Right now is cocaine.
Coke. What do you typically do for money out here?
I have some men I see.
Yeah. Is that I'm assuming that's pretty dangerous?
It could be, yes.
Yeah.
Could be.
What's the most dangerous situation you've been in while doing that?
Someone took me home against my will and like kept me like naked, basically kept hitting me, like beating me, forcing me to do things I didn't want to do. So
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, no, I feel you. What's the worst thing that's happened to you while being out here?
Out here,
Yeah.
um,
Is there a lot of violence against the homeless?
there is, I hear, nothing to
Nothing crazy.
besides just being held against my will. Like, yeah,
You got any kids?
I do.
Or
Four.
they around here now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I go with them. I stay home too.
Yeah.
But that makes things very miserable between the family because my oldest daughter's 24. She knows, and it's hard. And then my kid's dad. Well, I guess I should say that the worst thing is my kid's dad. I found him dead in my house. He stabbed himself to death.
Your son?
And I know my kid's dad, my oldest daughter's dad.
I'm sorry to hear that.
She's 24. I was in the hospital, sick, getting put on methadone to get off dope, and it was Father's Day, and he stabbed himself to death. He's like kept slicing it. They said over like 60 something times. When I found him, he was laying butt naked, face down, and he didn't even look like him.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And that's the worst thing, finding him like
Yeah, no, for sure.
knowing what he did to himself because he was withdrawing from fucking dope.
For the people who may see this that don't know, what does going through withdrawal feel like? If you could put it into
It's the
words.
worst thing. It's like somebody sitting there just torturing. Like maybe like if you could think of somebody, maybe use an example as getting poked with a needle everywhere. Maybe for instance, like a little pointy thing, getting pinched everywhere, but worse. It's like the flu, but like times 100.
Times 100.
You want to start throwing up. You're like shit, and you just can't walk. You can't do anything. It's horrible. It is. I don't even know how to describe it except you want to die. You feel like you really want to die. And I've never got to the point that some people have told me like that you could get to the point where I guess where you do start to hallucinate and see and hear things and they start to tell you or make you want to do other things to yourself or someone else so you can get what you need. Like your fix, basically.
What does a pill of dope go for in Pittsburgh around here?
That pill?
Yeah, you also pill in Baltimore and Maryland. It's like they come in little like capsules.
No, they come in bags.
Oh, do they? Okay.
$10 a bag.
Oh, gotcha. They got them for like $2.
$2 a bag, right?
Is fentanyl big around here?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not even dope anymore.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Have you ever overdosed?
I never did.
Never.
Gone.
Yeah.
No.
Any infections or anything from needles or no? That's good. You ever had any clean time?
Oh yeah, I was clean for 11 years.
Were you? What made you relapse?
Being around someone, my baby's dad got back into my life, and he kept saying he was gonna stop, but that went on for like 3 to 5 months, and then I just kept getting more tempted and tempted. And one day I just was like, let me get a little bit, and he cried and fought me, But I did. I was like, if I don't get it, I'm just gonna go get it myself.
Yeah.
So, and then it just went from here again.
Yeah. If you had 3 wishes in life, what would they be?
That there was never this shit running around the street would be the biggest one, probably. Um, if I could change the relationship with my children, I would. Because of the drugs. Um,
Would you be open to some help?
yep. And I would just wish that I like had better schooling so that I would have a better job and I wouldn't have had to suffer so much through and not having nothing and feeling like, what's the point of me going to get a job for $8 an hour? I can go get fucking $60 in 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah. What's your biggest fear, I guess, about getting clean? Just the unknown?
Just because I have done it and it's my anxiety. And then every time I'm like clean, I get racing thoughts about everything I've been through. Because not only I went through it with my dad, I was with someone for 10 years that he basically did the same thing to me. You know, forced me to have sex and like, things I didn't want to do.
Yeah. You feel like trauma plays a role in
Yeah,
all of this?
severely PTSD. Yes.
Yeah. Um, I for all the people watching this who may be struggling, kind of walking down your shoes, especially maybe young women,
Mm.
what would your advice to them be?
Then they should take themselves to rehab. If not rehab, maybe they need to try to get on methadone or Suboxone, whichever their choice, and just stop. 'Cause it's just gonna get worse, especially if there's new people that are starting to do it. Like, these new young girls, like, I look at them and I, like, wanna cry, I wish they weren't doing it, you know? Everybody, when they tell me they're doing dope, I'm like, "Why?" But why?
Yeah.
Just stop. 'Cause it's sick shit, like, finding my baby's dad like that knowing because I couldn't and when I found him, there was literally I don't even know how many empty bags, like, that he was trying to, I guess, just scrape something out of them just to get that little fix to feel better. They were all over the living room table when I got home and found them. So, like, you knew, like, he really just needed something because he was really going through, and he just kept stabbing himself.
Yeah. That's crazy. Have you ever had thoughts of suicide when you were withdrawing or anything like that?
I didn't never really, I mean, I had withdrawn.
Yeah.
I guess I never got to the point, but yeah, I don't even, it's not even about withdrawal. It's about,
Mental health.
I think about it now because, like, I don't wanna live, like, I just am sick of the bullshit, like, you
Yeah.
gotta go through it if you do it, you know?
Yeah. All right, Anna. Well, I'm gonna keep you in my prayers. I definitely appreciate you sharing your time.
Thank you.